First thing for fundamentals is mindset. You're not a hunter, right? You're a farmer, right? You're a consultant, right? Understand this. Write this down, please. You have the gift. Nobody's doing you any favors by taking a look at your product or taking a look at your opportunity. They're only doing themselves a favor. You have the gift. You have an amazing product or service that will change and improve the quality of their life. You have that. They are uneducated. They don't know about it yet. You have the gift. So your mindset needs to be built around that. Some of you don't even realize how you are projecting that they have the gift of giving you their time and attention. You have the gift. Next, be yourself. Be yourself, but be your best self. Be you. Don't show up with somebody that you know and start inviting them and using language that you never use and a tone of voice that you never use, and you know what I mean? I see it a lot. People turn on their recruiting invitation voice. You ever heard the invitation voice? All of a sudden, it's crazy sounds come out of people's mouths. Just be yourself, but be your best self. And here's a tip for you. If you don't get results or you don't like yourself, model somebody else. I didn't like myself. I didn't like how I sounded. I didn't like my choice of words. I modeled other people's behavior, and I tried hard to put my personality into it. So be yourself isn't just an excuse for you to just go out there and be sloppy. But it's just be authentic. Be real. You have a gift. You're a consultant. Be real. You have something that you want to share with somebody. Be real. Next is passion. Energy, enthusiasm, urgency. When you're doing the invitation, and especially those of you who are introverted. How many people here in the room are introverted? How many won't raise your hand because you're introverted? So, okay. For the introverts in the room, when you get a little excitement in your voice, the whole world stops. Doesn't have to be a lot. You don't have to put lampshades on your head and climb up on top of the chair. You don't have to do that. But if you say, listen, I got something and we got to get together, the whole world stops. You've got an incredible gift to be able to do it. But whenever you're in this mode, when we're going into invitation mode, I want you to, I don't care what you got to do. Tony Robbins talks about change your state, move around, jumping jacks, pound your chest, turn on the right kind of music. I used to do that a lot. I had a little mixtape. Remember mixtapes? A little mixtape that was like my pump up before I did a presentation or before I made some phone calls tape. And I'd listen to that tape and I get my energy right. I just take a minute, just a minute. It's amazing what music does to the soul. It's amazing what it does to your mind and your energy. And let that fill me up a little bit. Okay, pause that music for a second. Dial. Pause that music for a second. Text. Pause that music for a second. Does it matter when you're texting that you have that energy? Yes, it does. How? I don't know. But it does. If you're just going through the motions, nobody cares, and they can tell. If you're excited, passionate, they can also tell. So passion, bring your passion to this process. Urgency. We got to do it now. We got to move now. We got to get together now. We got to meet now. Not for you, for them. Urgency for them. Urgency for them to be able to learn about this cool thing that you have. Urgency for them to be able to turn their life around. Urgency for them to get excited about their future. Urgency for them to get out of the rut that they built for themselves. That's the urgency. See, hunters have an urgency for themselves. Farmers have an urgency to plant. Right? Knowing that faster I can get to you, the better you have an opportunity to be able to grow. This is a difference in mindset, but I tell you, it'll change your results. If before you contact any person to share your product or opportunity, if you get it in your head, this is about them, this is about serving, this is about passion, this is about urgency for them and their future. I have a gift. I just need to help them understand it. They just don't understand what I have yet. My goal is to help them understand it. I'm going to achieve my goal. All right, let's make the connection. You do that, things are going to change. And then belief. Belief in your product or your opportunity, you got to work on that. I don't know what you need to do to get solid on that, but read what you need to read, watch what you need to watch, attend what you need to attend, but get solid. Becoming your number one fan of your product, ambassador, be able to brag about what you're involved in at any moment. Get solid on what the gift that you have. And then second, get solid on you. You're a good person. You're a person who is caring enough about somebody else to be able to share it with them. You're a person willing to be persistent in order to be able to help somebody who's blind and doesn't know that they're blind to be able to see. That's what you are. And you're willing to face your fear in order to be able to do it. That's what you are. So at the beginning, when I did this, I didn't have all the confidence in the world based upon my experience and results, but I had the confidence in the person I hoped to become. And that was enough. And I knew that by doing this, I was stepping in the direction of the person I was supposed to become. By facing this fear, by putting it in a small corner, by not allowing it to control me, I was becoming this person. Changed everything for me. So belief in yourself. And then third, when it comes to belief, is belief in your prospect. Belief in their abilities, belief in their potential, belief in their future, belief in them. It's a big deal. Guess when I finally got excited about network marketing? Not when I joined, but right after I joined. Right after I joined, I heard my father, my dad's best friend, when they were walking out of this house, we just take a look at this opportunity. I just borrowed some money from my dad to sign up. And I heard John Joyce say to my dad, you see that kid? He's going to do better than all of us. And I heard it. He didn't say it for my ears, but it went into my ears. And I was at a time in my life when I didn't believe in myself. So I borrowed his belief in me. And so many times I wanted to quit, and I couldn't. Because I would have been proving him wrong. I would have been making him a liar. I borrowed his belief in me. Just know this. If you believe in another human being, first of all, it's one of the greatest gifts you could ever have. Second, they need it. They need it. And you don't have to, it's not a patronizing thing. It's just belief in the other person. Just total, I believe in you. I believe in your potential. I can see the future for you. It's potentially far beyond anything that I'm ever going to do. I see it. That's why I called. That's why I want to get together. They'll feel that even without those words. And even the other thing I learned, the powerful people, the ego people, you know who I'm talking about. They need it sometimes more than anybody else. One part of confidence is what I call compassion confidence. Behind every big, proud person is somebody who's scared and insecure, somebody who's stressed out and freaked out, somebody who has difficult situations going on you have no idea of. No matter how cool they show their world to you, if you just assume that behind that facade is something serious, you don't even need to know what it is. But if you believe in the person and you fill them up with that belief, I don't care who you are. You can be the person delivering the newspaper. If you believe in that, if you believe in the superstar on the side of the street, that superstar is gonna respond to that belief. One of the greatest gifts you can have is belief. So mindset, being yourself, passion, urgency, and belief. Those are the fundamentals of what it is that we do when we grow and we build. And we get out there and we get ready to invite. Okay?